said earlier, just some examples again. Here is what internal attribution sounds like. I'm weak. I'm an alcoholic. I always fail. These are the voices of parts of you who are ashamed, that are scared, and that are really doing their best to make the sense of pain. Some external attribution. Work is too stressful. Everyone around me drinks. My relationships is the problem. Again, these are not facts. They're coping narratives used by parts of your personality that are trying desperately to keep you safe.
Okay, let's get to this. Uncrease my t-shirt. Let's go. I didn't drink alcohol because I thought I was weak. I drank because everybody else did. People like us do things like this. And my need for external approval meant I would always do what other people did. That is the cruel genius of the liquid lie. It feeds you a story so convincing you never think to question the author. Hello, everybody. My name is LeeDavy. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am someone who lives a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck. And I spend every waking moment of that life helping other people do the same. Like right now, brothers and sisters, my final day in Riga today in Latvia. Been coming at you here for the last 3 weeks. Tomorrow, I hop on a jet plane off to Montenegro, where I'm going to be working at the Triton Poker Super High Roller Series for 2 weeks, creating a TV show there. So what I've been doing in Riga, but actually on site, interviewing some of the best players in the world and, you know, just creating stories. And this is what today's about, really. Like, I'm a storyteller, I guess. It's kind of what I do for a living. And when it comes to the liquid lie, storytelling is a big part of that as well. So this week's show, we are doing our weekly spotlight on the Strive Method workshop. So this is where we open up the doors to the Strive Method and allow you a little peek into the work that we do in there, designed to help you to become alcohol-free as fuck and live a self-led life. And today we're going to dive into one of our workshops called attribution. Okay, and this is part of the STUCKPhase, so the first of 6 modules that forms the Strive Method. So the word attribution, it does sound quite clinical, right? Like something from a dusty psychological textbook. But if you're stuck in alcohol reliance, attribution really is shaping your reality more than you realize. And this is what attribution looks like. There are 2 forms that we cover in the Strive Method: internal attribution and external attribution. I'm weak. That's why I drink. That is internal attribution. That is when you're blaming yourself. Everyone drinks, it's not my fault. That is external attribution. This is when we're blaming the world, we're blaming things outside of us. And both of these patterns keep strivers stuck. And over the years, I've worked with many, many strivers who parts, right? The inner child parts of their personality that fall into these traps. Here is some examples of internal attribution. I'm an alcoholic, it's just who I am. I don't have any willpower, I can't stop. I always mess things up. Why won't this be any different? Sound familiar? Or what about these external attributions? My boss is toxic. My husband drinks every night. Why shan't I? But I live in a drinking culture. These are external attributions. And these aren't objective truths. They are protective narratives. And when we identify with them, what we do is we surrender our power. That is how the liquid lie survives. It tells you that alcohol is nice, normal, necessary, natural, and noble. And when it starts hurting you, it convinces you that it's your fault or somebody else's. But it's never the lie itself. Now, we're going to take a short break. But before we do, I want you to ask yourself this. When was the last time you said, I had to drink because? And what came after those words? Sit with that and let the silence answer you. Welcome back to the 1000 Days Sober podcast, where today we're unpacking a part of the invisible, violent and dominant belief system I call the liquid lie, attribution. Okay, and this is one of the workshops we do in the STUCKPhase of the Strive Method. And here's the deeper truth about attribution. Attribution becomes thoughts. Thought becomes beliefs, and beliefs become your identity. And once something becomes your identity, this is who I am, it becomes so much harder to change. But I've got some good news for you, because we can all change. Because these are really, when you take it back to the root, nothing but stories. And stories can be rewritten. Like I said earlier, just some examples again. Here is what internal attribution sounds like. I'm weak. I'm an alcoholic. I always fail. These are the voices of parts of you who are ashamed, that are scared, and that are really doing their best to make the sense of pain. Some external attribution. Work is too stressful. Everyone around me drinks. My relationships is the problem. Again, these are not facts. They're coping narratives used by parts of your personality that are trying desperately to keep you safe. And the more we attach to them, the less agency we have. Because these strategies, this way of using attribution to keep you safe, it was a defense mechanism created by parts of you when they were very young. And it's our job to tell them that, hey, we're not that young no more, right? Like, we're 50 years of age. And there is a better way, a healthier way for us to make sense of this world and to make decisions to keep us safe, right? We can change that internal narrative as we get older. And this is what we offer in the Strive method. We try to help people move from I am weak to my parts are protecting me the only way they know how. And I can help them find another way. We help them move from, yeah, but everybody drinks, to, well, others may drink, and that might be true, but I can choose a different path. We help them move from, but this is who I am a drinker, to, well, this is who I have been, but I am now writing a new story. Attribution is all about victim consciousness. It's all about dipping below the line and picking a role in the drama triangle of hero, villain, or victim, and casting somebody else in an opposing role. What we need you to do to get above attribution, or to turn negative attribution into positive attribution, is to rise above the line into the realm of self. Because from here, you can take 100% responsibility, because all attribution is blame. Radical ownership, this is where attributions dissolve. And that's the power of living a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck. And even that seagull you heard in the background agrees with me. Today's daily vow. Today I will not drink, because I am done telling stories that keep me powerless. I don't need blame, I need clarity, and I trust self to choose a different way. The liquid lie doesn't just sell you alcohol, it sells you identity. But you're not your worst day, you're not your parts, you're not a victim or a villain, you're a storyteller. So start writing something different. A few questions to reflect on as you go about your day. Where have I been blaming myself? Where have I been blaming others? And what story do I want to tell instead? Pause, reflect, share your answers in the Strive community. You can find me at LeeDavyCoaching or hashtag Strive, or DM me. Let's rewrite this story together, yeah? If this episode cracked something open in you, good. That's the whole point. Now do something with it. Share it with somebody else. Give us 5 stars. Make a comment. Whatever you need to do to spread the word. Subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And if you want to learn more about attribution and other workshops that we do in the Strive method to help you to just live a much more beautiful life, alcohol-free as fuck, which I call a self-led life, then get over to www.thestrivemethod.com and sign up on the waiting list to get involved in our STUCKPhase. You'll absolutely bloody love it. Until tomorrow, you do not need to drink today. Remember that. Have faith in yourself. I have faith in you. Much love and strive on.